Hey everybody, Jeremy here. Welcome to Action Figure Window Shopping, episode 41. Just like Pinky and the Brain, we do the same thing every week. So without further ado, let's take a look at some cool toys and or collectibles, starting with Mcfarland Toys. They had a few different reveals this week, starting with a new Build-A-Wave. Build a what? We don't know. Is it going to be a figure? Is it going to be a vehicle? We'll find out soon enough, but it is going to come from Arkham City. So, in true McFarlane fashion, there is a Batman, another Batman, but that's the way things are going to be. And here is how he looks. Now, I do have the Arkham Asylum Batman, which I think is a really cool looking Batman design just because his costume just looks more like armor and not just like a costume. So I really like that in the tall pointed ears, but this is his Arkham City costume here. And then, in addition to this Batman, we're also going to be getting a penguin. Okay, a penguin that looks a lot more like the penguin that you might be used to if you're like around my age, or not the Colin Farrell penguin, but the top hat wearing, monocle wearing, kind of long nose kind of penguin, like an actual penguin. I'm saying that a lot. Mike's probably popping. But anyway, here he is also from the Arkham Build-A-Wave. Looks really awesome. And then today they revealed the third figure that we're going to be getting, and it is going to be Bam, Catwoman. So that's three figures so far. And with the McFarlane Build-A-Figure waves or Build-A-Whatever wave, it's been four figures. So we'll see what the last one is going to be and finally what we're able to build once we get all of them. But that Catwoman looks really, really good. I'm more inclined to pick up her and the Penguin as opposed to the ones that came out from the Batman because, I didn't really care about those. But these I like. All right, so that's from McFarlane. And also, just a little PSA, if you're into this McFarlane Toys As Bat Nightfall Gold Label figure, they're available at Walmart. Now, it might be in stores. You have to go and check. You see here at the Gotham City Superstore, it says that you can pick it up tomorrow. I was actually in the Gotham City Superstore and I didn't go down the toy aisle, so I don't know if this is actually there or not. But you can try your luck. It is showing up inside Walmart stores. And then if you like the more retro stuff, from the superpowers line. We already know they got Superman and Batman, they got those, but you also got the John Stewart Green Lantern, and that one is in stores as well. I've actually seen this one on an end cap, and well, it's not the end cap, it's like the shipper in the middle of the aisle. Sorry, my nose is itching. It's in the middle of the aisle by the toy aisle. And inside that shipper, they have these superpower figures as well as the vehicles. And then they also have some figures from the Black Adam line as well. I saw all the Black Adam figures except for the cloaked Black Adam. So if you're interested in any of those, hit up your local Walmarts because they're there. And if I got them where I am, I'm pretty sure everyone's probably had them for like a month. If you're looking for something more premium in the Batman vein, check this out. This prop replica of Batman's modular utility grapple prop gun. It is $800. All right, now this is from Paragon FX Group. And in this description, they really kind of drive home how they wanted this to be like premium and feel just like the real thing. So as you see here, it says, the goal was to engineer a full-size replica that literally looks and feels like a real piece of Batman's tech. We wanted everything to be cold to the touch and have real-world heft and feel. This meant nothing less than CNC machined aluminum would do, so we started there. So this is what you're going to be getting. It's 1-to-1 scale made of aluminum and brass. It does not fire though. You have to understand because if it did, with these kind of, you don't want it to be like a gun or someone can use it as a weapon. But look at all of these little individual parts. Now, look at this. This is not plastic. It looks plastic, but it's not. It is not. This is metal, people. And it comes with this case here. Look at that gold tip on that grappling gun. And then all these little bits and pieces. Here's the picture right here that you can assemble everything. It's almost, I would say, kind of gun-ish, you know? But yeah, 800 bucks for this replica, and this is like the real deal, it sounds like. So you get the hand unit, the grapple utility attachment, the grapple hook, bolo attachment, custom equipment case, and a certificate of authenticity coming out this year in December, just in time for the holidays for the hardcore 1989 Batman fan in your life. Maybe it's you, and maybe you would want this one-to-one grapple gun that does everything but fire the grapple. All right, we'll see. We'll see. Now let's just make things a little bit more affordable. Let's come down a little bit. Switch brands. Marvel Legends. All right, so there's a new Build-A-Figure wave coming out. This is the Khonshu Build-A-Figure wave, and this is from the What If line. Well, it's weird because it's not from the What If line. Some figures are from What If and some are not. So let's just call it it's the Disney Plus Marvel Legends line. So here are all the figures in that line. So we get Red Skull. He's got the cube. We get Howard the Duck, and we have Scott Lang's head in a jar. That's pretty neat. And there's that Hasbro packaging, all cardboard. So hopefully inside this, you'll actually have the body of Khonshu and, not some other weird part that someone decided to swap in there. But we'll see. And this is what Khonshu is going to look like from, oh my goodness, Moon Knight. Yes, really, really great show on Disney Plus. You should check that out if you haven't seen it. I really enjoyed it. We also get He Who Remains, variant of Kang the Conqueror. There you go, from Loki. And then we have the zombie Scarlet Witch from that What If episode. And we get the classic Loki, also, well, yeah, also from the Loki Disney Plus TV show. And finally, we have to give it up for Agent Jimmy Woo from WandaVision. I remember some people were saying that we want to see Jimmy Woo have his own spin-off show where he just kind of goes around and solves mysteries every episode, and it'll be kind of like a comedy kind of a thing going on. I totally still support that. So let's see what we can get from that. But yep, we got a Jimmy Woo. And then lastly, Zombie Iron Man. Now that's a lot of figures for Build-A-Figure wave, but you don't need all of them. So for example, you don't need this Iron Man because he doesn't come with a Build-A-Figure piece, but you are going to need Jimmy Woo. Everyone needs Jimmy Woo. The classic Loki, Scarlet Witch, He Who Remains, Howard the Duck, and the Red Skull in order to build Khonshu. It's kind of weird that, I really don't understand why they break up these characters like this. I mean, this is a Moon Knight character, and we have Moon Knight figures, but they're not a part of this line. So it's weird. It's like, well, why not? Why are there no Moon Knight characters in the Build-A-Figure wave in which you build a Moon Knight character? It's so weird. It's kind of like how they had Sylvie in the line for building the Watcher. She was in Loki. It doesn't make any sense. Anyway, Hasbro is going to Hasbro. So there you go. There's that wave. If you got a little bit more money on your hands and you want to have something from an elite brand like Sideshow Collectibles, but you're like, I don't have the money for all that. It's like hundreds and hundreds of dollars. My friend, you only need a couple hundreds of dollars and maybe one half tank of gas if you have a truck to buy this guy. So this is Crypto the Wonder Dog. It is a statue that you can buy from Sideshow Collectibles, all right? You see, it's $275. It's coming out next year. Plenty of time to save. April 2023 to June 2023. And there you go. Now, if you like DC Super Pets and you're just looking for the bestest boy, there's your Crypto the Wonder Dog. And look at that. Get that Superman in the back. Superman doesn't come with him, although, man, that would just be amazing. But, there he is in relation to different things that you might have on your desk. Product dimensions is about 12 inches high, 8.75 inches wide, 9.6 inches deep. So not small. It's not a small statue. But let's just get them from different angles here. Not a wholly complicated thing going on, but I still think that good old crypto looks good. And this crypto will never crash on you. It will always stay loyal. So yeah, so this is a pretty nice looking dog here. I like it. I like crypto, the dog. And let's move on from here to another thing that if you wanted something from Hot Toys, but the price just completely turned you off every single time, you got no excuse now because you can get a Hot Toys 1/4 scale Little Groot. $54.99 coming out in September. That's next month. Limited one per customer here on Big Back Toy Store, less than $60, so you get your hands on an actual Hot Toy collectible figure. Even though it's small, it's a 1/4 scale of a figure that's already kind of small. Okay, so it's going to be 4.72 inches tall. He comes with 3 interchangeable head sculpts and a special paint application. Ooh la la. So let's just kind of go through these a little bit. It can be your opportunity to get a hot toy. Finally, you don't have to be left out anymore. You don't have to tell anyone what kind of hot toy you have. Like, yeah, I'm part of the hot toy club. Here are the interchangeable heads for Little Groot. And it still looks like it maintains that quality, you know? It's just really small, but it's adorable. Now, there's also like a Little Groot series on Disney Plus right now that I haven't watched, so I can't comment on it. But you know, it's probably good, like most of the things they do that's Marvel related. So there you go. Get yourself a hot toy. Finally. Now, I want to show what is probably the coolest Dino Megazord that I've seen. This is from Flame Toys. So, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Go Karakuri Combined Dino Megazord. This is not your daddy's Megazord. Now, it is for the most part, but it looks so much more amazing. It looks more aggressive, kind of more anime. So we got all the pieces there. They go in the same spot. Okay, there we got the saber-toothed tiger. Yep, there's a triceratops. Looks fine. But then you get these appointments that are very unusual. Like, look at the front. Look at the front there. Looks like it has spikes coming up. And then you got the wings of what I'm assuming it has to be the pterodactyl. Pterodactyl, right? You know, Megazord didn't used to look like that. And then there's the tail from the Tyrannosaurus that never drug down on the ground. It was pressed up against the body, but they just made these changes to it to make it just look really amazing and kind of intimidating. So if you want a comparison, there's their version, and then this is the regular version. So you see, like right here, the pterodactyl, you know, goes on the chest, but in this one, they also put the wings on the back. And then, of course, like I said, in this one, you got the Tyrannosaurus's tail tucked up and the tip tucked down. But on this one, ooh, nope, dragging low, low to the flow. And look at that kind of posing and articulation. I mean, come on. Our Megazord couldn't do that. The Megazord can take a full knee. This is pretty amazing. $439 coming out next year. And this is a new series, and it's their very first project in the Go Kurokara Combine line. So it's 9.45 inches. I would like for it to be taller, at least a foot tall. We are talking about a Megazord here. Highly detailed, fully articulated. You get all of the Zords. Of course, you can separate them as you should. And you look at the Zords, and even the Zords look super aggressive. I mean, look at that Tyrannosaurus. Gave it that sort of a darker red, kind of like an Iron Man paint job, and not just that kind of flat, kind of a brighter kind of a red. Let's look at the other. I mean, look at this. Look at that stance. All right, so there's our Triceratops. Does he have wheels? He does have wheels. All right. Saber-tooth tiger. Ooh, look at that pterodactyl. It's got that sword hanging from it. Aggressive stance. There's the mastodon. Take its head off and make a shield. So that's pretty cool. And if this looks as cool as it does, I'm just imagining what about the other Zords? Okay, what happens when you get uh, Titanus, bring in Titanus and Ultra Zord. You knew it was serious when they called on Titanus and the Ultra Zord. Save for only the strongest and nastiest of villains. Okay, one more thing I want to show you. This is also from Marvel. I always want to end things with a pretty expensive statue, even though we have already seen some things that are pretty expensive. But here's Logan Wolverine. Another thing from Sideshow Collectibles, Wolverine Ronin statue. So, $709, November 2023. It is a big statue. It is 24.25 inches. That's 2 feet, made of polystone and fabric. So here's a little description of what's going on here with all these different effects. So apparently, Wolverine is fighting through a cloud of clandestine spirit warriors. Their ghostly blue forms curl all around him in a unique forced perspective base that features a traditional Japanese temple backdrop. He wields the legendary Muramasa blade in one hand, unsheathing his adamantium claws with the other hand. Yeah, so you get some Japanese lore in there. There's those spirit warriors. Very, very unique statue. And, he's got arrows going through him, but it doesn't matter. He's Wolverine. He's going to be fine. He's already healed. But yeah, another wonderful looking figure. That aggression, those teeth, just beautiful, beautiful. $709, but it's big. It's big and is made of quality parts. But yeah, anyway, that is it. Those are all the figures that I have to show for this week. And you know the drill. Next week is episode 42, and we'll see what's in store for us then. So hopefully you'll join me then. And until next time, take care of yourself, and I will see you next week.